there guys, my name's KittyCatGamer420 back with another video. Recently Behaviour announced a new killer to Dead by Daylight called the Executioner, who I think is like some movie character called Pinhead or something, but whatever. What better way of celebrating than to put him into a killer tier list before he's been released. So as you can see, we've got a broad range of categories that we're gonna fit our killers into. I'm gonna start with the original. So up first we have Trapper. Trapper takes quite a bit of setup time at the start of the game, and he sets traps that catches survivors, which is like quite good. And sorry, one second.
See, I'm satisfied about that game. Now we can move on to the Hag.
Okay, yes, Trapper, good. Next up is Wraith. So he can go invisible, which I think is a really, really strong mechanic, but he can't hit people when he's invisible, so he has to come out with stealth before he can hit them, which balances it out pretty well. So I'm gonna put Wraith in mid-tier. Now we're gonna move on to Hillbilly, and I mean, Hillbilly is just the GOAT of all killers. He's what I wish every killer was. He has a one-hit down, and it looks really cool too, especially if you don't ever use M1 on the survivors. You just use the chainsaw. M1 is for quitters. So I'm going to put Billy in S tier. Next, I'm going to talk about Nurse. Nurse at one point was the best killer in the game. Some might say that she still is, especially when you ran her with 5 Omega Blinks every game. But the devs recently changed her add-ons, and now I don't really know what they do. She's still really good with Distressing and Infectious Fright, but you have to run this build to get anything out of her. There is no other way. You just have to. So I'm gonna put her in... wait a second. That looks right. I'm not salty. Hag is one of those killers that keeps on getting one of the highest kill rates whenever the devs release this kind of data. But who cares about statistics? What have they ever represented? The power gives her decent map pressure, she has a small terror radius, she forces survivors to crawl past her traps to not risk activating them. And I mean, yeah, these are good things, but I happen to think she's missing one key factor. Doesn't have a chainsaw. So I'm gonna put Hag in mid-tier. Huntress is very slow, also not enough chainsaw, mid-tier. Leatherface is everything that Hillbilly is not. He's got the chainsaw, but no speed, and I heard other people saying that he's bad. Bad tier. Doctor recently got a rework, extremely strong tracking ability in his power, and if you combine it with other perks, you're pretty much always guaranteed to know where the survivors are. For example, take Whispers and Iron Maiden. When Whispers activates, you can use your Static Blast to find exactly where the survivors are. If no one screams, you know that they're in a locker, so you can either grab them straight out, or they can leave early, which will make them scream and make them exposed for a set amount of time, and you can basically guarantee that you get them on the hook. So with all things considered, Doc looks like an extremely promising killer. So I'm going to put him in mid-tier. Next up we have Freddy, a killer who was previously known as the worst killer in the game and also recently received a huge rework. And yet another killer whose stats show that he is the killer in the game with the highest kill rate, higher than anyone else's. With the right perk setup and add-ons, you can down a survivor, give all of the other survivors on the map a progress penalty, hook that survivor, teleport to a gen and remove a huge amount of that gen's progress, rinse and repeat, all of this with minimal effort, drain all of the survivors' wills to live, and get a 4K with 3 hooks, usually before the first or second gen has popped. And there is absolutely no counterplay. And with that in mind, I'm gonna put Freddy in mid-tier. Now we have Pig. I just don't really have much to say on this one. She's a fairly balanced killer. Mid-tier. Clown, bad. Clown, bad. Spirit had an add-on change not too long ago, and they reworked one of her add-ons called Prayer Beads because some entitled survivor mains thought it was too strong and unfun to play against. Well, where's my fun now? Mid-tier. Legion, he is a very fast killer. If you try to hit people when you're going very fast, doesn't down them, even if they're injured. And having to switch between 2 modes, for me, that's inconvenient. Bad. Plague quite literally has a power that gets stronger if the survivors try to counter her. So by default, she now has 1 corrupt purge fountain at the start of the trial. So if you get everyone infected pretty quickly, that makes them a one-hit down. You can pick up your ranged attack, and if you know where they are, go and down all of them. Game over. Or the survivors can try to cleanse. You infect them again, get another corrupt fountain, keep on repeating this, keep getting your ranged attack, go find them all and down them. Game over. So I'm gonna put Plague in Mid-tier. Myers literally has an add-on that makes it so that he can kill people with one tap without ever having hit them. Mid-tier. Ghostface, mid-tier. Deathslinger can hit you through literally any hole in the map. Mid-tier. Demogorgon, mid-tier. Oni, mid-tier. And now, the one that we have all been waiting for. Our brand new killer, Pyramid Scheme Head. Where will he fall? Mid-tier. Alright guys, thank you so much for sitting through this video. Yes, it was another parody tier list. This was all just made for fun. I actually think that the devs are doing a really, really good job at balancing the killers out lately. And after asking quite a few people, I think that's the general consensus overall as well. So that's all that this was about. It's not made to attack anyone or their opinions. It is literally all just a joke. So don't take me seriously. But if you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much. And I really, really appreciate all of the support lately. If you guys would consider liking the video and subscribing, then that would really mean a lot to me and would help me out a lot. And if you didn't know, my full-time job is streaming Dead by Daylight content on Twitch at twitch.tv/EarthToLydia. If you want to find out any more of my social medias, then I'll leave them in the description down below. And until next time, thank you again, guys. See you.